I know that we don't really need more scientific research to say climate change is there. Because when I was growing up, and I'm not very old guy, although I'm a bit old, but
always says he's old, but he's not that old.
The river I used to swim, and it was permanent. Every season there was water. I used to swim in that river. But recently, I mean within a period of almost 20 years, that river is totally now seasonal. It rains after 2 months, it's dry, and people have to scavenge from the sand to get water. And you can imagine within that period, what now will happen?
So when you were younger, how high was this river? And was it always flowing?
Yeah, it was flowing
throughout the year?
Yeah, throughout the year. Only during the dry spell, just the water level could
be lower.
Lower a little bit.
But always going.
But always flowing through. Yeah.
Did you used to fish here?
Yeah, we did fishing here.
Holy cow.
We could get fish from the river. The river was flowing through.
Yeah.
There were fish.
Like tilapia or?
Yes, tilapia.
Oh wow.
Tilapia was available.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So now nobody eats fish anymore?
No fish anymore.
As you can see, the river that flows, this used to flow completely full of water, and the vegetation grows so fast that you can see it coming up, but that doesn't necessarily mean where the water line is. As you can see, this is another hole that people use for drinking water. It's the only drinking water in the area, only place to get drinking water in the area. You can imagine the problems that exist. A little bit more perspective on the deepness of the hole. It's another hole going to fill. It's another hole. They use each hole for separate duties. One's for washing, one's for drinking. One of the other problems affiliated with the river drying up is, as you can see on these shores, there's absolutely no vegetation that can stop the sediment from coming down into the sand. And because of that, there's a lot of problems with sediment coming into the river and filling it and making it so it's deep. And so people have to dig even deeper to get to the water.
So I thought, if we don't do anything, then that place will be habitable. But the more we plant trees, because I used to see the river full of forest. I mean, there was so many trees growing around the river, but it's no longer there because people have even gone down to farm on the river. So, and we know water is life. I could not imagine to find people making line to fetch water or to scavenge for water in a river which I used to swim throughout the year. So that is the state of the matter in my community. And I felt we should do something, at least to elevate this, because otherwise people will have to leave that place and go to live somewhere else. And if we don't, the people who have knowledge and they are aware of what is happening, if we don't do anything, then eventually we'll also be affected. Because these people, they cannot, unless you train them, or you talk to them, and you are privileged to have that knowledge, they don't relate how cutting down of the tree can affect the river, how cutting down of the trees and can affect their agricultural yield. All this you can tie with climate change and lack of knowledge, and that's what we are giving. And once the people are empowered to know why, then that for sure they'll do something.
You want to cut all the branches off down here in the lower section, because this will in turn increase the value, the easy use to sawmill the trees and to use them to process them for wood for structure. And hopefully, you know, it'll be something where we all can have good structure wood, bring into the income into all your houses. If not, help build your houses. And one thing that we would ask for you guys to like pay attention to is the type of soil that you plant on and the type of results you're getting from those trees, and share with us. Because we're all learning together, and it's not just us telling you, we want to learn from you.
Easy to train them in such that the same people we are talking on the community, the same people I grew with, they can relate how the river was and now it is. Then when you tell them, if we can do something, this will improve, they easily connect because they have seen that. And Zach has been to the river, he has been seeing, and I tell him how it used, and people also confess the same. And he can talk
You used
more
to
about
fish in that river,
yes,
didn't
yes.
you?
I used to fish on that river.